Hey guys, it's Nick from Fake News here. Just to join you for a few words, talk about our new EP called Time and Place. It's just been released. It's pretty bloody good. If you haven't had a listen to it yet, you probably should because you will enjoy it. Promise me.
Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. And I'm going to reiterate that point and say you're not full of shit because I've heard it and it is pretty bloody good.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries at all. So, Fake News released the new EP Time and Place a couple of days ago now, mate. So, how does it feel to finally have it out there for the world to judge?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, we've been just hanging on to it for too long, you know. It's been sitting there waiting, just getting all the pieces in place, you know, that you've got to have to release the music. And, we had a couple of singles come out in the lead up to it. And yeah, that was all good, but it's great to get the EP out there and just, this is it. This is what we've been working on, like, and just to see people's reactions to it. And, like it's been going pretty well. And that's what we expected. Like, we haven't changed our style much in a way. Like we've just stuck with the tried and true formula that we love and that other people love. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Well, now you mentioned that process that you go through before releasing it, like the time to take singles and all this other crap. But what's that period like for you, mate? Like, do you sort of sit back and listen to it and hear things and go, fuck, maybe I should have done that? Or do you put it to bed and just move on because you know there's nothing you can do about it?
Yeah. It's not that there's nothing you can do about it. You can do something about it if you really want, but once we've recorded like that and it's done and everything's set, you don't want to go back on it, Like there's always something that you're gonna say, oh geez, I wish I had done that there, or we could have done that there. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make that much a difference. And most of the time, we're the only people that'll ever know that, We're the ones that scrutinize it probably more than anyone else.
So
But
true.
no, we're definitely happy with the overall product. Like we recorded it over 12 months ago now, like the start of the guitars and drums and stuff. Anyway, so it's been a long process in the making. I forgot how to play the songs. It's been that long.
Well, give me something to do in your spare time.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit more about the EP from a musical point of view, man, and what you were going for with it.
Yeah. Look, we're just trying to continue on what we started. Like we've had a couple of releases previous, and they've all gone well, and been getting great acclaim all over the place for it. And we're just trying to do, what we enjoy. The things that come naturally to us. And yeah, we're not trying to step outside the box and write some completely different, weird, strange album just to do something different. We're out just to make good music that we enjoy and that other people enjoy. And I think we've sort of hit it with that. Like it's right along the lines of what we've done previously without being the same songs. We obviously don't want to release the same album over and over again, but we want to stay true to what we're doing, which yeah, I think we have.
So along those lines, bro, like what sort of differences, they might be subtle, but what sort of differences are there musically between this EP and last year's Take Me Away?
Yeah, subtleties, I guess. They're not that far removed from each other, like even time wise. Probably a little bit differently vocally. Like, Tim sort of took his time with getting the vocals down and just changed a few things, rewrote a couple of ones just to make it that little bit edgier, stand out a bit more. And I think that's kind of come through. Like there's a couple of songs on there that certainly are, a little bit different to what we've done before in that way with the vocal wise. But yeah, it's just with the production, the recording. We take our time to get it right, like we're thinking about what we're doing when we're going in to do it. So we just try and make our mark in that way, like we'll get it right the first time sort of thing and just let it go from there. But yeah, look, really it's what comes naturally. Like we're not forcing anything. We're not trying to be something we're not. We're just doing what we do, playing punk rock and having a bloody good time doing it.
Hell yeah, brother. Now, there's only 6 tracks on the EP, mate, so I want to run through them all one by one with you and just tell us
Yeah.
a bit more about the song and how it represents fake news in 2024. So you start off with Moving On.
Yeah, moving on. Well, that was obviously the first single, one we did the main clip for. That was kind of the title track in a way, like when we had all the tracks there, we figured, look, this is the first single. I think, it just had that catchiness to it, that poppiness to it. It's got nice driving guitars and drums. It's not like it's overly soft or poppy, but the lyrics are positive, also uplifting, which is what we always try and do. Like try and send a positive message out, and just yeah, just get that out to people, spread it around. But it's again, it just falls into place. Like what we do just works. So I don't know. It's just always been that way ever since we've been in the band. Like we just do what comes naturally, do what feels good, and it comes out on the songs. Yeah, it shines through. Like every song is independently a little bit different to each other, but they're all collectively sort
The
of in the
same
same
DNA sort of
basket.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Second track is No Weakness. Sounds like it could be off a Cobra Kai
Yeah.
show.
That was our inspiration. Yeah. No weakness. Yeah, that song's a ball terror, like we've had that song in the wings for a while and never really did anything with it. And yeah, we kind of resurrected it again and put it out to Tim and said, hey, let's get something going for this because this is high energy, high output song. Like from the second it starts to the second it finishes, it's a goer. It gets you moving. It's a mosh pit monster, that one. So yeah, and like it it can be classed as a hardcore song in some ways, but the vocals obviously we don't do necessarily hardcore per se, but it's still along those sort of lines, like it's they're very differing tracks, when you come from the first track of radio to then the second track with No Weakness, it's really smacks you in the face. It's like, whoa, hang on, I wasn't expecting that one. This is off, it's off like a rocket. So
Cool. Well, speaking of radio, mate, that one's up next. So tell us a bit about that one.
yeah, radio. That's again another one we sort of had waiting in the wings, and it's just too good to not use, So we yeah we got Timmy to sit down. Let's put some vocals to this fella, and it was just well the opposite vocals he come out with. We're like, whoa, that is super poppy, That is something that could be on the radio, and that's kind of what he was going for. Like when he heard the song, he's like, oh yeah, okay, I've got an idea for this, and just let him do his thing, and yeah, come back with it. And it's like, all right, yeah, you've kind of captured that. I guess
Cool.
it's definitely kind of the epitome of pop punk, I think, that song. But yeah, there's still some pretty chunky riffs in it and stuff, but it's got that really poppy feel to it, and people love it. It's made to
Yeah.
make people sing along. That's the idea of it. It's a sing along song.
Wait, then you got Not Giving Up.
Yeah, not giving up. Yeah, that's another one. That's probably I'd say a Darren Crow special. That one. Yeah, he's that's cut from his loins. But yeah, it's another song that we just started writing, and it just come together so easy. Like we busted the riff down, and it was done. Sent it off to Timmy, and Timmy's got vocals to it in no time at all. And it just again, it just fits, just works doing what we do. But he's got that some powerhouse vocals in there, like really, really good chance to exercise his vocal range and that through that song. And he's busting it out. And we've been playing that song live a couple of times, and it's just so fun. Like really, really sort of hits home. I think resonates with a lot of people just with the message that it's sending too.
Oh, sweet. Okay, second last is Rewind.
Rewind, yeah. Well, this song was a bit of a dark horse, like we sort of had it there sitting there, and it's probably different, the most different, I guess, to all the other songs. It doesn't sort of fall along your normal 3 or 4 bar chord punk song and that. And Tim with the lyrics, he did something completely different to what we were initially expecting. Because again, he had some lyrics there to start, and he wasn't quite happy with them, and he went away and rewrote them, and we sort of didn't really hear it properly until he was laying down the vocals, and we got it back, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's different. And it took me a few goes before it really sunk in. I was like, man, this is good. Like it really is one of those songs that grows on you. Now it's one of my favorites. Like it was just so left field when he first did it, and it was like, oh, okay, this is different, righto. But then, like I say, as you listen to it a couple of times, like, man, this is a good song. Hey, I think it's going to be another one of those sort of underdog crowd favorites. Yeah.
Wait, and you finish off with Eve of Destruction, which I'm hoping isn't a cover of a Screaming Jets cover.
For Destruction, it is certainly a cover. Yeah, yeah, we were just playing around with a few things and thought, oh, this is fun. Like, it was a song that was written 50 years ago, about things that's happening in the world and what's going on. And how you look at it and listen to the lyrics, and it's so relevant with what's going on nowadays still. It was written in a completely different time, completely different era, but yet the things that's going on and happening, it just seems to come back around. And it was just, yeah, we're like, all right, hey, this is cool. Let's chuck it on there. Yeah, why not?
Sweet. Very cool. Now, I did notice that there's no song on there called Time and Place, which means the title's got to have a little bit more significance. What's the meaning there?
Well, I guess it's for us, like, this was the album we did this time, this place. It's about where you are, how you are at that time, at that place, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, everyone has their own feel for things what they're doing, things they're going through, and this was just a time and place for I guess what we were writing, going through. And it's just a bit of a play on with the album cover, obviously the time travel thing and the DeLorean
And it
and
looks so cool.
everything going back. And obviously, it's got the Eve of Destruction song on it, a song from 50 years ago that's kind of come in there and reborn with a with a bunch of punk songs that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see it with. But yeah, that's right. Everything's got its time and its place, and this was our time and place for this EP, and it just, yeah, just we were throwing names out there, and it kind of stuck, and it sort of works in well. So yeah, we were
Perfect.
quite happy with it, and that's what ended up on the cover.
Well, if you're happy, I'm happy, brother. So have you got any shows coming up to promote the EP?
Oh, actually, we played a show on Saturday. Did a festival up the coast, but we're doing next show's not till July. We're doing the boat cruise in Brisbane. It's yeah, New Farm, leaves from New Farm. Some paddle steamer there.
Oh, sweet.
So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, it's called Swell. Like, yeah, Arvo boat show. Like that should be a bit of fun. Just cruising around the river,
Yeah,
playing some tunes, drinking some beers.
trying not to fall off.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll hope. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure that they have people go overboard on these things.
If not, there's always a first time, isn't there?
Yeah, that's it. If anyone's going to do it, it'll probably be me. So.
I've got my money on you already, brother. All right, man. Well, thanks very much for your time. Time and Place is out now, and where can people get themselves hold of a copy of it?
Mate, anywhere you look, that's where we are. Your Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. We haven't done any physical copies of this one. We thought, nah, CDs, not people aren't really into that anymore. Vinyls, just not so much. We're probably going to save that for the next full length, but we'll wait and see. But you type in fake news, time and place, and guarantee you'll be having to listen to it.
Sweet as, brother. All right. Well, I'll check my diary, and if I'm in town for that paddle cruise, I might throw me togs on and come down and have a beer.
Yeah, all right. I'll keep an eye out for you, mate. I'll bring a spare life jacket.